Shalom. First and foremost, before we get started, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakakarash. Double honors to the head apostles, elder/bishop, and the great millstone, who taught me 100% of this truth, who teach and rule well. Peace, blessings, and safety to the hopeful elect. Keep pushing, keep believing, keep the faith, whether they hear or forbear. This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 10 and verse 38. Now the just shall live by faith, but if any man draw back, my soul shall have no pleasure in him. Con. Yo, a lot of people in the world want you to stay away from the truth. They laughing, scoffing, and mocking at brothers on the hedges and highways and byways. Family, friends, spouses, associates, people in your life, man. They trying to withdraw you away from you, the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, to go back into the world, knowing the friendship with the world is enmity with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. You will be a number one on His hit list, and you will be a number one enemy in the eyes of the Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shah. So at the end of the day, it's best if brothers stay focused, stay vigilant, stay diligent in this truth. Stay rooted, stay grounded. So many people all into Buddha, Allah, Santa Maria, all of these strange gods and idols and doctrines. That's unprofitable. You understand? A lot of our people is stuck, lost in the world, hate the truth. Only thing they like is that they just, by DNA and by genetic wise and by birth, you're an Israelite. But when it comes to picking up their adoption and picking up this truth, they fall from it, doing the works, making videos. You know, a lot of our people, man, they don't care. They only want to reap the benefits and reward. But when it comes to doing the work, they don't want to do the work. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of our people, they fall off, man. Jake, the snake, Eve that like to deceive. Let 2/3 be 2/3. If you looking diligently in this truth and you seeking Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah with all truth and sincerity, keep seeking Yahweh, man. Keep seeking Yahweh Shah. All these other people that just want to, worry about the cares of this life, and they got the do as thou wilt spirit on them, or they don't give a damn about it. You could clearly see in brothers' videos when they on the hedges and highways and byways, so many people walk by. They walk by, and if they do stop, they might ask a question, and it might be a good question or it might be a bad question. But majority of the times, it's a negative question, and it leads to a negative back and forth with being debating based on the truth. And a lot of people want you to be away from the truth. They want you to be. A lot of people that come in this truth end up falling out of this truth, and then some people that know about this truth don't care about this truth. But you have to stay rooted. You have to stay grounded, and all matters of life really doesn't matter, man. Sleazy Esau Edom just wants you to have faith in him and his kingdom and what he believe in, and his strange God, his idolatry, his folly, his wickedness. Cause Jake, all they care about is partying and bullshitting. Same thing with Eve that like to deceive. All she care about is looking good. You know what I mean? Getting drunk, hitting the club, partying, cares of this life, having multiple baby daddies, putting them on child support, making her bag bigger, worrying about BBLs and making her back bigger. That's all they care about is the cares of this life. They all came across this truth, and a lot of them reject the truth and withdraw themselves away from this truth. How many people out there done withdrew themselves away from the truth? The ones that came in and end up falling out. Then the ones that just look at it, hear about it, see it, have some sorts of belief in it, but still withdraw themselves away from this truth. Man, I refuse to withdraw, man. The Lord ain't gonna have no pleasure in you. You came across the truth, you know about this truth, and you withdrew yourself away from this truth just to go into some other strange doctrine and idolatry and strange gods and to worship sleazy Esau Edom and his kingdom and his government and his rules and regulations and policy. All you want to do is withdraw from the truth to be a rapper, withdraw from the truth to be a rapper, an actor, a singer, a dancer, to make TikTok videos and withdraw from the truth just so to make your pockets bigger, just to be an entertainer and a clown of this world, just to joke around and have fun. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah ain't coming back to make peace on earth, but to bring a sword. He ain't coming back to have fun. He coming back to bring deletion. And he's coming to his house first. You got a lot of our people playing around right now. They want to know everything about everybody else. And they want to know everybody else's business. But when it comes to the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, who y'all ignorantly call as God and JC, you are not being nosy when it comes to the truth. You being nosy just to know what a person is doing. Being nosy when it comes to how much money you got, what you do for a living. They just want to know your business, but they don't want to know the business of the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. You see, they only know people personal business just to pick at the negative points of certain things. And these usually be the scoffers and the mockers when it comes to the truth. These are the ones who withdraw back and away from the truth. These are not the ones that are rooted to stay in the truth. And it's terrible for the ones that came in this truth and had a little bit of a run and then ran away from this truth and withdraw themselves away from this truth. But you see, when you lack faith and you don't have faith, man, it's over for you. You don't have no faith. You're not seeking the truth with a sincere heart, and you have lack of faith, you're not going to make it. You're not going to make it. Walk by faith, not by sight. But a lot of our people is malicious. A lot of our people is malicious, nosy, backbiters, and haters of this truth. But you know, when they take their last breath down here and go upstairs to the Father, you know they think they're going to have a clear explanation. He ain't trying to hear you. The Heavenly Father and His only begotten Sons ain't going to try to hear you. They ain't even want to talk to you. Only time our people is vigilant and diligent is when in wickedness and mischief and being malicious. They have a malicious soul. You understand? A monitoring spirit. But it's not to be in truth with the Father and His Son. You see, they like to play around in the cares of this world, to gossip, to pick, to nag, just to talk shit about people. You see, people do these things so you can withdraw away from the truth because they can't comprehend the truth. And even if they comprehend the truth, they still withdraw themselves away from the truth. So don't let nobody draw you away from this truth, man. Don't let nobody draw you away. Don't draw back into the world. Do not draw back into the world. This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 10 and verse 39. But we are not of them who draw back into perdition, but of them that believe to the saving of the soul. I believe Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, who the world ignorantly calls as God and JC. A lot of our people withdraw away from that name. You see, that name is dreadful amongst the wicked, dreadful amongst 2/3 of our people, dreadful amongst the heathen, sleazy Esau Edom and his kingdom, and all these other heathen nations, man. It is dreadful to hear that name. A lot of our people is smart when it comes to wickedness. But to do good, they have no knowledge. See, they got a malicious monitoring spirit on them. A lot of our people is only smart and wise to know everything else. They won't withdraw. They wouldn't draw back from sin. They wouldn't draw back from backbiting. They wouldn't draw back from scoffing and mocking, but they will draw back from this truth. And that's the problem with our people. But you got to keep pushing. You got to keep the faith, whether they here or for a bit. That's the thing about this truth. I ain't going to make this too long, but I just wanted to make a short little video just to keep my spirit heavy upon Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah. Because without Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah, I'm nothing, man. Many people come into this truth and fall out. They really fall out. This is the book of Luke, chapter 9 and verse 62. And Yahweh Shah said unto him, no man having put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom. God, you can't be in this truth and looking back at the world. You can't be in this truth and still want to hang out with your so-called friends who still living in this world, who don't even care about this truth, came across the truth, but withdrew themselves away and draw back away from the truth. You don't want to be looking forward and looking back. How you going to be in a car driving, moving forward, but you still looking in the rear view mirror while you driving ahead? You got to pay attention to what's ahead in your vehicle. You see, when you're in life and you seeking truth, you got to pay attention. You got to stay focused. You got to stay vigilant and diligent. Don't be like 2/3 who come across this truth and withdraw yourself from the truth. Oh, you with them Hebrew Israelites, y'all always outside, y'all always being obnoxious, or all y'all do is talk about the Lord and talk about Yahweh, or Bahashim Yahushua, and da-da-da-da-da, and y'all always got something to say, y'all always pulling up Bible scriptures, y'all only care about the Lord, what about this, what about that? See, those type of people that got that type of spirit, gotta stay away from them type of people that like to scoff and mock and be a scorner. But the Lord got, stripes prepared for the backs of fools. So with that, I pray this video was edifying to the hopeful elect, Salakia. And I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah. Shalom.